Geeky Girls Knit podcast. I'm Cece, also known as Java Pearl.
I'm Damaris, also known as Damaris Dash, a bit weird.
And we're glad to have you today. Today is Wednesday, the 11th of June, 2014, and this is episode 93. We're getting close. Almost there. We'd like to say a big welcome back. Hiya. To all of our returning viewers. We love you. You rock. And a big hello to any new viewers. Thanks for giving us a shot. We hope you enjoy the show. We have some new members who have introduced themselves in our Ravelry group this week. So you want to give them a shout out?
Yep. Susie2, who is Susan, who lives in Utah but is from California. Kitty J, who is Kitty and lives in
I think it's Anglesey. I don't know. We're sorry.
Ainsley, Wales, but grew up in Aberdeenshire, Scotland. Nitty Ginger, who is Ashlyn from Georgia. And Nada Girl, who is Erica from Massachusetts.
Sorry if we butchered any of that. Sometimes we can't pronounce things. Quit playing the hand game. Damaris has been playing the hand game while we were waiting to record. Silly girl. Okay, well, we have quite a bit to talk about today. There's piles of stuff all around us. So we probably should get started. All right, here we go.
And now we're going to talk about what's on our needles and spindles.
So, Damaris, what is on your needles?
Well, I have to pick up stitches for the other sleeve, but this is what I'm doing right now. This is the Delancey cardigan by Alexis Winslow, and finished the sleeve. It's on US 9s, 5.5 millimeters, and the yarn is King Cole Merino Blend DK in the slate blue and bark colorways.
Alright, so you've got one sleeve finished.
Yes.
Yay! You had to shorten it though, from what the pattern asked for, because it was too long. And you've got your pins in place, ready to pick up other sleeves. So
Other sleeves.
The other stitches for the sleeve. Unless you have more than 2 arms that I didn't know about. So I think you can have that sleeve done by next week. You think?
No, I don't know.
Because you're done with school.
Yeah.
That's my challenge to you. Try to do the whole sleeve in a week.
Okay.
You think you can do it?
I don't know.
It's okay if you don't. But try. How about that?
Okay.
Okay. Is there anything else you want to say about your sweater?
No.
Okay, so you want to talk about your spinning?
Yes.
That's a lot of fiber.
Yes. This is 100 grams of merino, black diamond bamboo, and Firestar.
It sounds like, wow, Firestar.
By Countess Ablaze in the Nightmare colorway. I thought I was halfway done, but I'm not.
Oh no. How much more do you have to be halfway done?
I have this and another one the same size. And then I'll be halfway done.
And all that's going to fit, I don't know if all that's going to fit on your spindle.
Will it fit?
Okay. Are you 2-plying it?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. That's a lot of fiber.
Yes.
I like the sparkles. All right. Anything else you want to say about that?
No.
All right. My turn? Okay. So I have a few things going. So this is toddler socks. The pattern is Phalanges. Yes, that's the name of the pattern. By Claire Devine. This is from this Sock Anatomy book, that ebook that we reviewed. Was that in December? November? Sometime at the end of last year. Claire is in our knitting group. So these are socks for a friend of ours' son, whose birthday is coming up. So I'm doing it in the largest size. I did modify the heel because I wasn't happy with how it was looking, so I did a modified short row heel. Oh, the yarn. This is Regia, my first Regia in the Marco colorway, color number 1819. And it's pretty true on the screen. It may be a little brighter in person. And it's just got little lace panels there. I have a confession. I don't like knitting 2 at a time socks anymore. But I can't use my, what are they, like 23 centimeters, 9-inch zoom needles because there's not enough stitches around. And I don't think I could get needles small enough to do this. That would be itty bitty needles. So I'm 2 at a time magic looping these. But I don't like it anymore. So that's my confession for this week. Anyway, so I turned the heels last night, and so now I'm just going to do the legs. The pattern calls for, at the top, a picot edging for the cuff, but it looks girly to me. So I'm just going to do a ribbed cuff instead, since it's for a little boy. So that's what I'm working on. Second, you know I'm working on that super secret project? I got permission to show you the colorway. Are you ready? This is Ginger's hand-dyed sheepish sock in the Indiebra 2014 colorway. It is amazing to work with. It is a high twist, I want to say BFL and nylon. I'll have to look it up. It's lovely to work with. And next week, exclusively here on the podcast, I get to show you the pattern before it goes on sale at the Yarn Crawl. So, stay tuned. I only have the toe left on the second sock for the pair out of this colorway. And I'm doing this on US 1.5's 2.5 mil needles. But how about that awesome color? Oh, and I can show you the underside of the sock so you can see how it's knitting up. Isn't that gorgeous? I just love. And then when I did the heel, it's lovely. So it's been amazing to work with, and I can't wait to show y'all the pattern next week exclusively here. So don't forget to watch. Okay, and then the other thing I'm doing is spinning on my mini Turkish. This is 50 grams of merino and miscellaneous stuff from the Border Tart. I have that much left of the 5th bump out of 9. So, and I'm going to 3-ply this.
Now we're going to talk about her finished projects.
So I have a couple of FOs this week. The first is another preemie hat. This is from my top-down preemie hat pattern, which is a free download on Ravelry. It's got 7 sizes in it. This is the 3rd from the smallest size. And I did this on US 6 4mm needles in Woolcraft New Fashion double knitting in the Glacia and Maroon colorway. So that makes 10 hats so far this year. The other thing I finished is the, ooh, that's lovely, Sewing the Seeds cowl, which is a pattern by Zena Perry, formerly of the Knitty Natter podcast. I did this on US 5's 3.75 mil in the Wandering Wool Rock Creek sock yarn in the Aurora Borealis colorway. I blocked it, and oh, it's lovely. This is a gift for someone, so it was a fun knit, and it was a pretty fast knit too. So you can't really see there. Maybe you can see the eyelets now. So this is the second time I've knit this pattern, and I loved it just as much as the first time. So I recommend it. So, and that's everything I've done, finished. So I think we'll move on to the next segment. And now it's time for my favorite part of our show. Yummies! What are yummies, Mare?
Yummies are our current favorite things, things we like, things we want to talk to you about.
Yummies. So you want to start this week?
Sure. I've been watching Pemberley Digital's Emma Approved, which is a modern day adaptation of Jane Austen's Emma in the form of...
Vlogs?
No, they're not really vlogs. They're YouTube videos.
Okay. And how many of them are there?
62.
And are they done with the series yet?
No.
Okay. Now this is the same people that did...
The Lizzie Bennet Diaries.
Which goes with...
Pride and Prejudice.
Pride and Prejudice. And how many videos were there in that one? Do you remember?
100?
Okay. So, but you're waiting to watch that one till after you read Pride and Prejudice. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So, are you enjoying it?
Yes.
Yes. Should I be watching these?
Yes.
Okay. I'll have to see if I can fit them into my viewing schedule. Yes. Anything else you want to say about them?
They're just fun to watch.
Is there
And the actress who plays Emma, her smile is infectious.
Is there any people we would recognize in them? Or is it...
No.
No? Okay. I haven't watched any of them. That's why I'm asking. Sounds very cool. Anything else you want to say about it? Okay. Alright, well I have a few yummies this week. So first up, I won a prize from the Knit Spin Cake podcast. I'm putting on the screen right now a picture of the Chester Fern hat pattern, which I got. And then I got a skein of Rowan Pure Wool Aran, 100 grams. Let's see if it says a colorway.
Green.
Green. No, it's just a number. That's pretty true. So I can knit the hat with that. I got a Pod Fiber 2014 badge. Sadly, I did not get to attend that. I wish I could have.
Pod Fiber?
It was a retreat. Oh, Pod Retreat, I mean. I said the wrong thing. Pod Retreat. It was a retreat. And then I also got from, this was all part of the prize as well. This one is made by Daisy Bun Boo Designs. I'll link it in the show notes. There's a bunny. Bunnies. Hoppity, 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 hop. This is an interchangeable needle roll holder. So there's the fabric, and then you unbutton here on the front, and it opens very wide, and this flips up, and there's a big pocket here for your cables, and then small pockets for all your tips. So, I am excited to try that and see how it works with my needles. So thank you to Amy from the Knit Spin Cake podcast for that prize. I went to a party this week. That goes there. I've got a stack of stuff in my lap. I'm like, what am I doing? So my friend Katie and I went to this party, and it was hosted by the Edinburgh Etsy team. And it was an Etsy craft party. They gave us this amazing goodie bag full of stuff. So there's this tote bag that Damaris loves and has tried to steal from me. And, okay, let me show you first the craft that we did. So, we embroidered on black and white vintage photographs. So that's the first one I did. And then I did this one. And then they sent us home with a ton more supplies and pictures and stuff so that Damaris and I can do it. This is one of the pictures I brought home to do. But I also think I might print some black and white family photos and do some embellishments on them to hang on the wall. So that was the craft. But in the goodie bag, which we were not expecting to get, we were pleasantly surprised, There was this necklace. Well, and everybody's goodie bag had different stuff in it. So this just happens to be what was in mine. So this is a little birdie necklace. An ocean wave pen. Like, see, it's got a pin on the back. So it's an ocean wave. These adorable postcards. They crack me up. Some of them are funny. This one says, "You make a great cup of tea." This one says, "You have a very pretty nose." And this one says, "Your hair looks nice." Those were done by Jolly Good Studio. Also got this hysterical pencil that I keep showing the hubs. That says, "Yeah, right." Cracks me up. And then we also got some other things. This one's a thank you card. This is Fangs very much. Oh, where's the mirror? You took it in your room, didn't you?
Yes. It had a pug.
It had a pug dog on it. It was like one of those badges that it's a mirror in the back. And it said, "I pugging love you. I pugging love you." This was also in there. There was some candy and stuff. There was a whole ton of more stuff. Budget coupon codes and stuff. But we had a lot of fun. And I'm looking forward to doing some more of the embroidery on the pictures, because it was a lot of fun. And there were some really, really cool ones. So I had printed some photos to take, but didn't realize they should be in black and white. So I didn't use any of the photos I took, but I'm going to print some black and white ones and do it. Okay. Then we got some yummy soap in the post this week from the Little Forest Soap Company. So Damaris, you took a sample bar of the lavender rose and clay, but I got a bar of lavender rose and clay, and a bar of peppermint and lavender, and a bar of zingy rosemary and lavender. And they all smell really, really good. And I really appreciated the customer service on this from this company. It's a fairly new company, but there had been an error in the shipping process, and they reimbursed me for the extra cost that had happened. And so I really appreciated that. I got a computer program this week that was a gift from a friend. Her Ravelry name, I always butcher it when I say it. I don't know how to say it. Afa? That's an I. Afaya? If that's not right, I'm sorry. Her name's Kirsten. She's in our Monday Night Knitting group, and she also test knitted the yarn cross sock for me. She had been a beta tester for the Stitch Mastery program, which is a computer program to make charts for your knitting patterns. And I had looked at it before and just didn't have the money to purchase it, but she got a bonus copy, and so she gifted it to me. So I downloaded that yesterday, and I'm looking forward to playing with it and figuring out how to use it to be able to do some better charts for my design patterns. So that's really cool. Next up, what's up? Stash 2014. Hashtag. So this is a thing with the Knit Girls podcast, where between May the 23rd and August the 7th, you have a goal of knitting, spinning, crocheting, and weaving 5K of yarn. So that's 5,000 meters or 5,468 yards. So where are you so far? 70. But as soon as your sweater's finished, that's going to like way bump your... Because if you have a project that you had started before May the 23rd, as long as you work on it at least a little and finish it, after May 23rd, you can count the entire yardage, which is brilliant. I am currently over halfway now. I'm sitting at 2,844 yards. So that's 2,598 meters. So I have 2,624 yards to go. 2,402 meters. So I'm halfway there. Living on a prayer. All right, next up, hashtag GGK Crafty Pad. So this is our monthly photo a day challenge.
Yep.
Yep. And this month's theme is?
Summertime.
Summertime. And the living is easy. To go with our cow. So what you do is you take a picture that goes with the prompt for the day and then post it to Instagram, hashtag #GGKCraftyPad. You can also post it...
Ravelry, Facebook, Twitter.
Yes. But the place that we look for our favorites is on Instagram. So what are we about to show them?
2 photos from us that we liked and 5 photos from other people that we liked.
Yes. So here they come. So those were our favorite photos this week. So make sure, and it's never too late to jump in on the fun. Just look at the prompt for the day. There's a link in the show notes so that you can get the prompts list for the month. We also have a Google Calendar where you can make it go into your Google Calendar and it'll put it on each day for you, which is awesome. So look on the show notes for the link to the blog post about all that. But take a picture for the prompt, post it to Instagram, hashtag #GGKCraftyPad. All right, upcoming events, quickly. Monday nights, we go to...
Time Mass Knitting Club.
Yes, which is our local knitting group here in Edinburgh. So if you're in the area, come on over. The Indie Yarn Crawl is coming up very quickly on Saturday the 21st of June from 11 to 5. Our local yarn shop, Ginger Twist Studio, is participating, as well as Kathy's Knits and Bee Inspired Fibers. And then there's an after party at the Safari Lounge, which is where our knitting group meets on Monday nights. And this is where the Yarn Crawl pattern will be on sale. And you can get the exclusive colorway. And if you buy the exclusive colorway that I showed you all ago, you get the pattern for free. So, we will be there. I'm not sure quite what time yet. Probably early to mid-afternoon we'll be popping in there. And then coming up very quickly on July the 12th is Unwind Brighton, where we will be meeting up with the podcaster meetup at 1 o'clock in the mezzanine, which is upstairs of the cafe in the Corn Exchange. So if you're coming to that, we look forward to seeing you. We'll have badges and cards and all that jazz. So hope we can connect with you there. All right, I think that's everything for Yummies. That was a lot. All right, so let's move on to the next segment. I neglected to say in Yummies a second ago, so I'm going to crop this in at the end of Yummies, that I also got this adorable garland from the Etsy party. They meant it to go like over your computer monitor, but I thought it was an adorable little thing that we would put here for the background of our podcast. And the fabric is vintage and also hand stamped by one of the ladies who organized the party. So you get a new little addition to the background there with some beautiful garland.
And now we're going to talk about what books we're reading and what TV we're watching.
Yes, so what are we reading there?
Scarecrow of Oz by L. Frank Baum.
Yep. How far are you? I think I'm close to halfway. Because I think there's 24 chapters. I think I'm around 10 or 12. I don't know, I didn't read it yesterday because there's something else important to read. What do you think? Okay. And then when you finish that, you're going to do
Pride and Prejudice.
Pride and Prejudice so that you can then watch the Lizzie Bennet Diaries? Okay. I'm also still reading I Thought It Was Just Me, But It Isn't by Brene Brown. I'm also still reading The Dresden Files. I finished, these are by Jim Butcher. I finished reading the second one, which is Full Moon, and I'm reading the third one, Grave Peril. But that kind of took a backseat yesterday because you know what came automatically to my iPad yesterday? The Outlander Book 8, written in my own heart's blood by Diana Gabaldon. The long-awaited Book 8. I had pre-ordered it, and so it was there on my iPad when I woke up yesterday. I wanted to go back to bed and just hide in bed and read all day, but I didn't. I was good. But I did read quite a bit last night. So I'm enjoying that. But warning, it is not child-friendly. So Damaris does not read those, okay? Okay. And the TV series is coming up in August. So I'm looking forward to that as well. All right. Now we're ready to talk about what we are watching. So, up first, the hubs and I are still watching The Mentalist. We're in season 4. With Damaris having a later bedtime, we don't have as much time to watch because we usually watch after she goes to bed. But, some nights she's up and we're watching something, and so we just don't get a chance to watch. So that's taking us a little longer. But we watched some last night, and Patrick got attacked, and he got kind of an amnesia fugue state thing, and he couldn't remember working with CBI, and he couldn't remember that his wife and daughter got killed by Red John, and he was like total different personality. It was really kind of crazy. And so, what's the main lady's name? Lisbon. You don't watch this and you know the names. Thank you.
I don't know her first name.
Teresa. Yeah. It just takes 2 of us to get this worked out. So, Lisbon, at the very end of the episode, took him back to his home, you know, where in his bedroom it's just got like the mattress on the floor and the Red John smiley face on the wall in blood that Red John painted there to make him remember.
Okay.
Yeah, so to make him remember, and that's how it ended. Mm-hmm. Okay, you want to talk about the next one? House.
You finished season 5.
Yes.
Whoa!
It so blew my mind that we had to rewatch the last episode of season 5 because I didn't even get it. I was like, I'm confused. I don't get this.
Whoa. And then we started season 6.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Yeah, the whole psychiatric hospital thing.
Whoa.
Yeah. Crazy.
Currently there's an episode coming up called Wilson. Ah!
Nothing else bad can happen to Wilson.
No. He's
no.
Too nice.
No, nothing else. And I don't know if I can deal with House being as nice as he's being now that he's off the whatever medicine he was taking. Vicodin. He's like a total different personality. I think he's going to probably go back to being the old way, don't you think? Because he's not as interesting to watch when he's nice.
Okay.
Okay. Anything else you want to say about House?
James Earl Jones.
James Earl Jones! Damaris. I am your father.
Actually, you're my mother.
I'm not sure what's going on out there.
It sounded like a cat.
I think it was a cat. Anyway, James Earl Jones and what's his name killed him. Chase murdered him.
I'm trying to think if there's anything
Yeah.
else.
This was all before the psychiatric episode.
After.
No, it was after, you're right.
Yeah.
But House wasn't back at the hospital.
Well, he was. He was just being observant.
Oh, that's right.
He wasn't being observant. He was observing.
He was observing.
And doing mimes to try and get his point across.
Oh, I forgot to tell you. Back for The Mentalist, they were talking about in the episode last night about his mind palace.
Yes. It's a very old thing. It's called the method of Loci? L-O-C-I? I don't know. It's
I don't know.
The premise behind mind palaces.
Anyway.
Whatever.
They were talking about mind palaces last night on The Mentalist. Okay, Next, Agatha Christie's Poirot. I finished watching Series 9 and I'm watching Series 10. They're very long episodes, though, so it takes me a while to watch them. So I have to, like, plan. I also finished watching Season 1 of Deadwood, which is not a child-friendly show at all. The Marish is not watching. Okay, and then Continuum. The hubs and I watched 3.11, 3 Minutes to Midnight. You guys, I am so confused.
Would you just like to stop watching?
No, because I need to know what happened.
Okay.
And the hubs likes it, but I'm so confused. I really hope they tie this all together and tell me what the heck is going on when we get to by the end of this season. Because I'm confused. But we did find out who killed the duplicate Kira. It was the guy who lost his memory and that was staying with Kira. Okay. Next up on that one is 3.12, 2-minute warning. We've watched a bunch of movies this week. You want to start?
Start.
I start. We watched One Fine Day, which was George Clooney and Michelle Pfeiffer. The music is so lovely in that one. That was from, what did we say? I can't remember, 90 something. It was from the 90s. What'd you think of that one? Yeah. I think you'd seen it before, hadn't you? But I made you watch it again. Anyway. Titanic. From
90s.
Sometime in the 90s. Sometime in the 90s.
Near, far, wherever you are.
And you had never seen that before.
No.
I made you close your eyes through the one scene.
Yes, you did.
I did.
It had Bill Paxton in it.
It did. So what did you think?
It's evil.
What'd you think?
You did?
Yeah. I cried at the end, just like normal. And then yesterday we watched Clue the movie. This was from the 80s.
It's just ridiculous.
It was so ridiculous. So who told us to watch this? Was it engineersfalcon or was it Sundaisy?
I don't know.
I don't remember. Somebody mentioned it in last week's episode thread. I don't know what's going on outside, but I'm just going to keep talking. So, I can't remember. Somebody mentioned it in last week's episode thread. I had seen it before, but it had been a long time. This was from like 1985 or something. So we watched it yesterday, and it had Christopher Lloyd in it, and Tim Curry in it, and a bunch of other people. And the 3 different endings cracked us up. That was so funny. Anyway. And then after we watched that, we watched Sister Act with Whoopi Goldberg. And Maggie Smith. Yes, that Maggie Smith.
She didn't sing though.
No, she didn't. This was from the early 90s. 92 maybe?
Yeah.
So we watched that and it was so funny. It cracked me up. And then the Piece de Resistance.
What?
The Piece de Resistance. The epicness, the epic piece that we're about to discuss. Tell them what we're going to talk about.
I'm just trying to figure out what you're saying.
Piece de Resistance.
I'm sorry, I don't know French.
I'll Wikipedia it for you.
We started watching whatever, the Marvel Cinematic Universe in chronological order.
So, okay, explain where you got this from and everything.
It's an official Marvel viewing guide to the Marvel Cinematic Universe in chronological order. So it includes movies, one-shots, which are like tiny little movies.
Like, it's around 15 minutes or so.
Yeah, the longest one is 15 minutes. And Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. And will include Agent Carter.
Yes, the new TV show. So, now these one-shots are typically bonus things on DVDs.
Yes,
So, or you can also purchase the digital copies of some of the movies, and it has like the bonus features, so it would have it. But in the show notes, the ones that are one-shots, I'm linking to a Wikipedia page where you can go to and see which movie the one-shot is on as a bonus feature. Okay? So, we're not watching these in the order that they came out. We're watching them in timeline order.
Chronological.
And so Agent Carter will go in here towards the beginning.
It'll go after the one-shot called Agent Carter,
Yes.
which is just confusing.
Yes.
Because they're both doing the same thing.
Okay, so what did we watch this week?
Captain America.
So that was the first one, Captain America.
Yeah.
And then...
The one-shot Agent Carter.
Yes, one-shot Agent Carter, and then...
Iron Man 1 and 2.
Yes. So those are the ones we watched this week. I'm putting a list in the show notes on the website of all of the stuff in order for the Marvel Cinematic Universe, so in case you want to join us on the rewatching. So next up comes the Incredible Hulk movie, and then the Consultant one-shot.
A funny thing happened on the way to Thor's hammer. One-shot.
That's a one-shot.
And then Thor.
Then Thor, and then the Avengers, and then Item 47 one-shot.
Iron Man 3.
Iron Man 3. All Hail the King, one shot. Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. episodes 1 through 7. Thor the Dark World. Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. 8 through 16. The new Captain America, the Winter Soldier movie. And then Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. episodes 17 through 22. And there's links to all that in the show notes. In case you want to watch with us. And I'll just put this in as a reminder here. All of the books and movies that we talk about and TV shows that we talk about on the podcast, if you look in the show notes, they're linked to the Amazon website. And if you click on that link and then purchase stuff on Amazon, we get a little bit, not much, but a few cents back, which helps with purchasing prizes and shipping out prizes and all that stuff for the podcast, the badges and business cards and all that stuff. So if you're going to be shopping on Amazon, we would greatly appreciate if you would click through on our website to do that. It's not costing you anything extra. Amazon's just giving us a kickback. Alright, anything else you want to say about the Marvel Cinematic Universe?
Pepper Potts is a superhero.
Okay.
She is.
Alright, that works for me. Anything else?
Nope.
Nope. Alright. Well, then we probably should move on to the next segment. Now it's time to talk about summertime and the living is easy. Cal.
Yes.
Yes. So this is our summer cal. It runs from June the 1st to August 31st. And you can't have started the projects before that. It has to be started June 1st or later and completed by August 31st. Now, Damaris, why don't you tell us what counts for this cal?
Anything
Anything what?
that you can convince us is related to summertime.
Yes. So, it could be the color, the name of the colorway, the name of the pattern, the purpose for what you're knitting. Here's a secret way. You didn't hear it from me. If you craft it during the summer.
Who would do that? Who would craft something in the summer?
You know, then it would count for the summertime cal, but shh, it's a secret, you didn't hear it here.
Who would do that?
And feel free to double dip in other cals. We're double dipping in the hashtag #2014 cal with the Knit Girls. We're double dipping, where else? The Knitmore Girls have the Summer of Lace and Beads and the Bimmelong cal going on, which I'm planning to do the Endless Rainbow at some point, hopefully this summer. I'll be looking for yarn at Unwind Brighton for the contrast. And I might work on my beaded project. I don't know if I want to start that this summer or not. There's tons of other cals out there, so feel free to double dip. That's totally fine with us, as long as you're following the rules for both cals, or multiples of cals, whatever. And we'll have prizes. We already know what 3 of the prizes will be, but the more entries we have, the more prizes we'll have. So, Damaris, we had some FOs this week, so why don't you give them a shout out?
The finished objects? Or the people?
The people who finished the finished objects.
Subar 60, Kelly Mac Knits, times 2.
She had 2 finished projects this week.
Johnson Knitter, Kelly Cron, engineersfalcon, times 2, and Pinky Peppy.
I have to say that this week, The great job, everybody. But the prize for the prize for best connection to summertime goes to engineersfalcon, because she wrote these elaborate stories about how her finished projects relate to summertime. That was good. They're funny. You should go read them. They're really cute. So, if you have questions or whatever, there's a chatter thread in the Ravelry group, and make sure you post your finished projects in the finished objects thread on the Ravelry group, and tag your projects on Ravelry. And if you're posting the pictures anywhere else like Instagram or Facebook or Twitter, hashtag them with GGK summertime, so we can find them and look at them and say, yay you! Alright, on to the next segment.
And now it's time for Ask the Geeky Girls.
Part of the show where you ask us a question and we answer it. So Damaris, do you want to read this week's question?
Sure. Adam Hart Knitter, who is Misty from India, asks, "Hey Geeky Girls, my question is, has the Scottish vocabulary had an effect on your own? And have you caught yourself speaking with a Scottish accent at all? I ask this because my family is originally from Illinois. I moved to Tennessee, and after living there for 17 plus years, my sisters have attained a southern accent. My brother, who was born in Tennessee and has lived there his whole life, has a northern accent, which is weird, because my parents' northern accents. I find it almost intriguing when a person's accent can change just from their surroundings. What's really funny is when my sisters get around us northern accented people, they have a slight tendency to lose their southern accents, or it's a blend of the two."
Yes. Okay, so the question is two-part about the Scottish vocabulary and Scottish accent. No Scottish accent for us thus far. Maybe if we live here long enough, it'll bleed in. I don't know. We'll just have to see. The vocabulary, yes. So probably, I think we've talked about this before on the podcast, but I say cheers a whole lot more often. And brilliant. I, instead of like yes, or just kind of as an affirmative, the loo or the toilet instead of the restroom. What other ones can you think of? Any?
I don't know.
I've taken to spelling things with U's, though. Like favorite and color. Behavior. Labor. Colorway. So that's bled in more than accent. But yeah, we do use some Scottish words. I'm trying to think if there's anything else. It's kind of interesting because the friends we've made here in the UK, in Scotland here in the UK, it's really kind of a good mix of Scottish people, but quite a few American people. So, so it's an interesting combination. So, I don't think it's affected us as much as if we were not around, any Americans at all, and we're just around Scottish. I think it would have had more influence. Yeah. But since we have a kind of blend of groups of people that we hang around with, right? So there you go, Misty. Thanks for the question. So, what should they do if they have a question for us?
Go to our Ask the Geeky Girls thread in our Ravelry group and post it.
Yep, and we'll get around to answering it. There's quite a few questions still waiting, so we answer one or two a week. It just depends on how long it takes us, we think, it'll take us to answer. So, all right, well, we should move on to the next segment. Now we're to the end of the show. Already. It went by kind of fast. Hope you enjoyed it. A couple announcements. Just a reminder that the Doctor Who Companion Sock Club is still on sale through this Friday, June the 13th, 2014. So it's a limited membership club, so there's links in the show notes to purchase it. I think we're very, very, very close to selling out on the memberships. So if you're interested, you need to go check on that now. This is the club that Julia from Pandia's Jewels She dyes the sock yarn, and I designed the 3 patterns, and they are all 3 different companions from Doctor Who. And there's also some extra goodies in the packages. So they'll go off sale on Friday, and then they'll ship out July, August, and September. And good news, we have already started on a second club. So we're just kind of in the beginning stages of that, but it'll be another edition of the companions with different companions next time. So look for that. I'm not sure yet on the timeline for that, but it'll be coming, and we'll tell you about it. Just a reminder that we are co-captaining with lots of other podcasters the Tour de Fleece Team Sasquatch, which is a group for lots of different podcasts. So if you're a podcaster or you enjoy watching podcasts and don't want to pick a specific team, you can come join Team Sasquatch. And Tour de Fleece starts really soon on Saturday, July the 5th, and will run till Sunday, July the 27th. Team sign-ups has started in the Team Sasquatch group. There's a link in the show notes, so go sign up and let us know what your goal is going to be for Tour de Fleece. Any other announcements?
No.
I don't think so. So why don't you tell them where they can find us online?
You can find us at geekygirlsknit.blogspot.com. There are links to everywhere else we are online: YouTube, iTunes, Facebook, Ravelry, Twitter, Instagram, etc.
And with that, we will wish you a wonderful rest of your week, and thanks for sticking with us, and hope you enjoyed the show, and happy knitting. Until next time, bye.